right? I mean,
Yes.
I want everything that I'm thinking about that I have poured my heart and soul into.
Just as Meghan Markle was aggressively rolling out her new brand across the United States, a brutal media war suddenly erupted when a sensitive photograph from the past was leaked, thrusting the reputation of Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh into a storm of fierce public criticism. Refusing to sit back and take the hit, Sophie immediately launched an investigation and was stunned to discover that Meghan herself was allegedly the mastermind behind the entire scheme, orchestrating everything in an effort to portray herself as a helpless victim for personal gain. The incident instantly plunged Buckingham Palace into a serious communications crisis under relentless pressure from public scrutiny, igniting a fiery confrontation as both sides continuously clashed and exposed one another. From that moment on, shocking allegations and hidden aspects of Meghan's past during her time within the British royal family were suddenly dug up and dragged into the light. What exactly were these secret accusations from the past? What devastating move would Duchess Sophie unleash to bring down this deceptive charade? And who would ultimately be left with the bitter consequences when the curtain finally fell? Watch until the end of the video to uncover the full shocking truth behind this story. At present, Meghan Markle has been aggressively launching large-scale promotional campaigns for her new lifestyle brand in the American market. In an effort to maximize sales and maintain her influence, she quietly became involved in a private online group made up of her most devoted supporters on social media. Within this protected space, Meghan actively sent messages encouraging her fan community to purchase and support her products even more enthusiastically. To make her appeal more persuasive and tap into the psychology of the crowd, she claimed that she herself had once been a helpless victim who endured severe pressure and isolation from members of the British royal family throughout her years as a royal daughter-in-law. Not long after those messages were circulated within the private group, a shocking incident suddenly exploded across the international online sphere. A completely anonymous account with no known identity or background unexpectedly published a leaked photograph that was said to capture a moment from the royal family's past. In the image, Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, appeared with an expression of extreme anger and intense tension. But that was not all. Sophie was also seen pointing directly at Meghan Markle with an exceptionally harsh and confrontational demeanor, causing the designers present in the surrounding area to visibly display fear, hesitation, and alarm in the face of what appeared to be her furious outburst. The appearance of the photograph immediately became the spark that ignited a widespread wave of outrage. Meghan Markle's loyal supporters quickly shared and spread the image at astonishing speed across social media platforms of every size. They collectively used the leaked photograph as what they considered undeniable proof, supporting the argument that their idol Meghan had always been forced to silently endure emotional pain, resentment, and unfair treatment from members of the royal household. The consequences of this viral campaign directly pushed Buckingham Palace into an extremely serious and painful communications crisis. The royal offices found themselves overwhelmed and constantly on the defensive as they faced a flood of questions and harsh criticism from both the general public and mainstream media organizations. At the same time, tabloid outlets that had caught the scent of scandal rushed to publish a barrage of sensational headlines, driving tensions to the breaking point with stories such as Sophie bullies Meghan and the truth behind palace discrimination. The entire royal communications apparatus was shaken under the enormous pressure of public scrutiny surrounding the reputation and honor of Duchess Sophie. So how would Buckingham Palace and the Duchess Sophie's family respond to this devastating media crisis? And what was the real truth behind the leaked photograph? Faced with a chaotic media landscape and mounting pressure directed at their family's reputation, Prince Edward and Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, decided they would not sit idly by and endure the malicious accusations coming from public opinion. They understood that if the truth was not uncovered quickly, The wave of criticism would permanently destroy the dignified image they had spent years carefully building. Driven by determination and a commitment to defending justice, Prince Edward and Sophie personally launched an investigation to uncover the true source behind the infamous leaked photograph. They began meticulously reviewing every digital trace and every clue connected to the anonymous account that had uploaded the image onto social media. Through a process of tracking technological footprints and conducting in-depth analysis, the technical team working alongside the couple uncovered a startling truth. The IP address of the device responsible for distributing the sensitive photograph originated from a location nobody expected, inside Meghan Markle's personal office in the United States. As investigators dug deeper to verify the identity of the individual operating that IP address, the results pointed to a specific culprit. The person who had pressed the upload button was none other than a male employee who was extremely close to Meghan, someone who worked under her authority every day and received direct instructions from her. The moment the technical evidence was firmly secured, Duchess Sophie quietly formulated her next move, without making any public announcements, determined not to alert the target. She secretly contacted the employee, directly completely isolating him from Meghan Markle's influence and supervision. Drawing upon her sharp instincts and experience handling crises, Sophie applied intense psychological pressure while presenting a series of precise and compelling arguments during the questioning of the trusted employee. Confronted with the undeniable evidence presented by Sophie's team, the IP address records and location data that could not be disputed, the employee's resistance quickly collapsed. He began confessing the entire sequence of events, and through his testimony, Sophie uncovered the horrifying truth behind the smear campaign. As it turned out, the entire scandal surrounding the leaked photograph was not an accidental incident at all. It was allegedly a dirty scheme planned and orchestrated by Meghan Markle herself from beginning to end. The central objective behind the operation was to create a massive media sensation that would attract maximum public attention to the new lifestyle products she was preparing to launch on the market. Meghan had allegedly calculated every step with remarkable precision, deliberately using modern image editing technology to manipulate, alter, and fabricate the photograph depicting an enraged Sophie confronting her. But the plan did not stop there. To maximize the emotional impact and public outrage generated by the story, Meghan Markle was also said to have personally paid media outlets online publications and intermediary accounts to simultaneously publish malicious headlines aimed at damaging Duchess Sophie's reputation. She intentionally constructed what appeared to be a perfect narrative in which she could portray herself as a pitiful victim, monopolize public sympathy, and exploit the compassion of ordinary people regarding her life as a royal daughter-in-law. Meghan believed that by trampling on someone else's reputation, her own personal brand would become even more desirable and sought after. Fully aware of the importance of the information that had just been uncovered, Sophie quietly recorded the employee's complete confession, including every detail of the alleged scheme and his admission of wrongdoing. The recording was preserved in its entirety as powerful legal evidence ready to be deployed in a direct and decisive counterattack. Now that Duchess Sophie possessed the full audio recording exposing Meghan Markle's alleged plot, how would she use this explosive evidence, and how would Meghan respond once her shocking secret was finally exposed? Immediately after obtaining the invaluable evidence, the recorded confession of Meghan Markle's close employee, Duchess Sophie, decided to take a direct and uncompromising step. Without hesitation, Sophie drafted and sent an official ultimatum email to Meghan Markle's personal inbox. In this strongly worded warning, Sophie openly cited and detailed the misconduct in question, accompanied by exceptionally firm language. Meghan, I am in possession of all the digital evidence, as well as the recorded confession, from a member of your own office staff regarding the fabrication of a doctored photograph intended to defame me. This orchestrated media stunt has caused serious harm to my personal reputation and inflicted significant damage upon the royal family. I demand that you come forward voluntarily correct the public record regarding this entire incident. and issue a formal public apology to the British royal family within the next 24 hours. Despite receiving the ultimatum, along with the clear evidence presented by Sophie Meghan Markle completely ignored the contents of the email and chose silence, offering no response whatsoever. She remained firmly committed to her superior, arrogant, and deeply self-satisfied attitude, convinced that she still held the upper hand and continued to monopolize public sympathy in the raging battle of public opinion unfolding around her. Meghan believed that the royal family would once again choose its traditional path of silent endurance, and that by ignoring Sophie's warning, the controversy would gradually fade from public memory, while she continued reaping enormous commercial profits generated by the attention of her supporters. Faced with Meghan Markle's stubbornness, deceitfulness, and complete disregard for reason, Duchess Sophie decided she would not tolerate the situation for another second. Determined to swiftly clear her name of the baseless bullying accusations and defend the reputation that was being dragged through the mud, Sophie took the initiative and released the full audio recording containing the employee's confession directly to the media. The impact was immediate. The recording exposing the alleged photo manipulation scheme and the payment of media outlets by the Sussex camp spread at astonishing speed, creating a dramatic reversal that sent shockwaves throughout international public opinion. Even when confronted with unmistakable voice evidence from one of her own subordinates, Meghan Markle continued to display what many viewed as extraordinary audacity. Realizing that the situation had turned against her, she immediately launched a counterattack and publicly denied everything that had just been exposed. Meghan loudly insisted before the public that Duchess Sophie had fabricated the entire story. She claimed that it was Sophie herself who had staged and forged the confession recording in an attempt to trap her and cover up alleged bullying behavior from the past. Meghan's stubbornness and constant reversals only pushed the media confrontation between the two sides to an even greater level of tension. As the public remained confused and fiercely divided by Meghan Markle's denials, and maneuvering a decisive turning point suddenly emerged, pushing the entire controversy toward its climax. A senior manager, someone who had spent many years working closely within Windsor Palace and had been directly responsible for royal personnel matters and ceremonial protocol back in 2018, decided to step into the spotlight. Witnessing Meghan's relentless attacks against Sophie, the former senior official declared that he could no longer remain silent. He announced that he would publicly come forward and expose what he described as Meghan Markle's true nature and the lies that had allegedly been concealed for years. What powerful evidence from Windsor Palace in 2018 would this senior manager reveal to completely shatter Meghan Markle's defense and destroy her narrative once and for all? The moment he stepped into the public spotlight, the former senior manager responsible for personnel and royal protocol at Windsor Palace in 2018 immediately delivered a series of exceptionally forceful statements. Before the media and the public, he firmly asserted that the leaked photograph Meghan Markle had used to accuse Duchess Sophie of bullying her was completely false and contained not a shred of truth. Determined to destroy what he described as Meghan's carefully crafted excuses, the former senior official came forward as a witness and publicly recounted the entire incident from the past, an event that he personally organized and directly witnessed with his own eyes. He openly presented his testimony before the public. "I can state with certainty that Meghan Markle's photograph is entirely fraudulent, a manipulated fabrication designed to distort the truth. Back in 2018, I personally organized the schedules and witnessed Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, patiently and tirelessly guiding Meghan step by step through the complex rules of royal protocol in an effort to help her integrate into royal life." However, completely contrary to that generosity and patience, Meghan consistently displayed an arrogant, self-important attitude, acting as though she knew better than everyone else while showing contempt for every piece of advice she was given. Meghan Markle's disrespect did not stop at words. The situation reached its peak when she physically shoved Duchess Sophie away in a forceful and aggressive manner. before loudly making an extraordinarily arrogant declaration. "I already have Harry. I don't need anyone else. I'm already good at everything. None of you need to teach me anything." The senior manager's direct testimony dealt a devastating blow to the victim narrative Meghan Markle had worked so hard to construct. However, recognizing that words alone would not be enough to overcome what he viewed as Meghan's shameless denials, the former official took an even more decisive step. To prove that every part of his testimony was completely truthful, he officially provided and publicly released footage from the palace's internal security camera system. The video recording captured in full detail, with complete clarity, and without any edits whatsoever, Meghan Markle's aggressive physical behavior and the same disrespectful, defiant attitude directed toward Duchess Sophie years earlier. This footage was not an ordinary recording. It was a highly confidential document carrying significant legal weight, one that had been directly reviewed by the Royal Security Council, formally documented as part of an official misconduct report, and strictly preserved within the Royal Family Member Conduct Archive. The entire disciplinary file had been classified and carefully secured since the year of Megxit as a legal safeguard against any future disputes, allegations, or defamation campaigns that might arise. The emergence of the official security footage from Windsor Palace completely reversed the course of the controversy, exposing what many saw as the unfiltered truth about Meghan Markle's character and behavior before the eyes of the entire world. Now that this highly confidential security video had surfaced, capturing Meghan Markle's alleged disrespectful conduct and arrogant remarks from the past, could she still find a way to defend herself? And how would the battle for public opinion ultimately come to an end? Faced with overwhelming, crystal clear, and completely irrefutable evidence from both the audio recording containing her subordinate's confession and the actual security footage obtained from Windsor Palace, Meghan Markle was left speechless. She could no longer find any loophole through which to justify, deny, or conceal the truth as public outrage closed in from every direction. Every carefully crafted argument, every narrative portraying herself as a victim of mistreatment that Meghan had spent years building, collapsed in an instant when the naked truth was exposed under the light of justice. The most immediate and devastating consequence for Meghan was the reaction of her once fiercely loyal supporters. The very fans who had passionately defended her within private groups and across social media forums now turned their backs on her en masse. Furious and heartbroken, they realized that they had merely been pawns used to exploit public sympathy and generate commercial profits from the new lifestyle products she was promoting. Across major social media platforms, from X and Instagram to international discussion forums, users posted countless harsh criticisms exposing what they viewed as Meghan Markle's hypocrisy, manipulation, selfishness, and malicious intent. Below are some representative comments from the wave of outrage that swept across the global online community. "I honestly can't believe my eyes anymore. We trusted her. We defended her over and over again because we thought she was the victim of bullying. It turns out the whole thing was just a shamelessly manipulated performance designed to deceive the public and sell products." This level of dishonesty is absolutely disgusting. Look at the security footage. Meghan was the one behaving aggressively, physically confronting people and showing blatant disrespect, then turning around and portraying herself as the injured victim. That statement, "I already have Harry. I'm already good at everything. Nobody needs to teach me anything," reveals her true arrogance and superiority complex. It's unbelievably manipulative and cruel to destroy Sophie's reputation just to make money. "I feel deeply betrayed. The royal family's conduct records clearly documented the incident back in 2018, yet she still had the audacity to deny everything and accuse others of fabricating evidence. People need to boycott this fake lifestyle brand immediately." Losing her fan base is exactly the ending someone this selfish deserves. As Meghan Markle's credibility collapsed completely, the opposite occurred for those on the other side of the controversy. While Meghan faced an unprecedented wave of criticism and public rejection, Sophie, Duchess of Edinburgh, was widely praised by both the public and mainstream media organizations. Newspapers and media analyses alike continuously offered their highest praise for Sophie. She was celebrated for her courage in refusing to surrender to dirty media tactics, for her transparency in personally pursuing the truth through her own investigation, and for her resilience and sharp judgment in defending both her personal reputation and the integrity of the British royal family. The smear campaign allegedly orchestrated by Meghan ultimately came to a close with a devastating defeat for the person accused of spreading deception. Evidence from both the past and the present restored justice, transformed Duchess Sophie into a symbol of honesty and self-respect in the eyes of the public, and permanently shut down Meghan Markle's ability to defend her actions before world opinion. How do you feel about Meghan Markle's alleged manipulation and the way Duchess Sophie fought to defend the truth in this storyline? In your opinion, what lessons or deeper meanings does this conflict offer about the value of truth and trust in life? Share your thoughts with us in the comment section. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more. Also click the next video showing on your screen. You will enjoy it.